Welcome, beautiful souls. This reading is messages from each moon phase. We're going to go in order from the dark/new moon, the waxing moon, including the crescent and the gibbous. The crescent is just the sliver, and the gibbous is more than halfway full. Then the full moon, and then lastly the waning moon, including the gibbous, where it's still mostly full, and then the waning crescent, where it's a sliver of light. You can either watch it all the way through, or you can just pick on whatever phase that it's currently in right now. Intuitively, I was drawn to this green aventurine or jade crystal. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's green aventurine, but for love and compassion. This amethyst crystal for peace, calm, serenity, and this chakra for balance. Each deck and reading will include a tarot reading and an oracle reading, as well as an associating crystal. Let's jump right into the dark moon/new moon. So for starters, the dark moon is really all about reflecting. You're coming into a brand new cycle where you're gonna be manifesting things that you want to bring into your life. This is a time to sit, reflect, and really think about what you actually want and what you can focus on during this phase. The intuitive crystal was this raw selenite crystal. It's great for cleansing and clearing during this time. Already, this is really amazing energy. We have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Wands, the King of Cups, Justice, Seven of Pentacles. Then we have doubt, courage, forgiveness, health, and fear, and I'll get into each card as we go through. Starting off with the Eight of Wands, I feel like you have already been cultivating a creative project throughout these possibly past few weeks, months, or even years. You've really been honing in your skills and working towards a goal. This is providing you, the Four of Wands, a strong structure and stable environment when it comes to your creativity and your finances. We have the King of Cups, which is all about emotional satisfaction and working on being emotionally stable as well as emotionally intelligent. I feel like you've been doing so much work and healing when it comes to your emotions, and you're already in this analytical phase of where you want to go, where you want to put your time in. I also feel like you have been coming to terms with the fact that your life is not infinite when it comes to this specific lifetime. Your energy may be infinite, but your time is special, and you need to be more particular with how you go about your life and how you spend your time. You're really focusing on balancing between work and play, saving and spending, and I feel like you just have overall a really good head on your shoulders. This message is to continue to encourage you to go down the path that you're currently taking when it comes to your creative endeavors. Don't give up on them. If you're writing, if you're sculpting, drawing, making jewelry, doing online work, whatever you're doing, I feel like intuitively you will know what I'm referring to. Keep going, keep pushing. This also might be baking or creating art in some form. Right now, you may have reaped a very small amount of abundance, and you're kind of just contemplating because it's not coming as quickly as you would like, but it's growing. It is progressing and it is evolving. Keep going. Don't give this up. I feel like you will eventually pick it back up if you do end up giving it up, but don't quit, because this is something that you will actually enjoy and it will give you long-term fulfillment in every possible way. Doubt, I release the need to know all the answers, learning to trust divine timing, and releasing the doubt within yourself, understanding that you are worthy of success, you're worthy of recognition, fulfillment, and abundance and wealth. Courage, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So really diving into yourself, looking at the parts of yourself that you may try to hide away or pretend isn't there, and continuing to do shadow work. The shadow is really what we pretend is not there, what we hide, and no one can tell you about yourself except for yourself. But if you don't know yourself, then anything that someone tells you, you're gonna believe it, and you're going to morph into that version of yourself yourself. I feel like you may have had experience with that in the past, but you are learning to listen to yourself, to be authentic, and keep pushing no matter what other people tell you. Forgiveness, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Resentment teaches you to let go. Anything that triggers you is teaching you and showing you what you need to heal within yourself, what you need to give compassion to and love to, and what you need to let go of. We consciously choose to hold on to something that makes us feel a certain way, whether it's anger, sadness, happiness, joy, contentment, whatever it is, we consciously hold on to it, but we're not actually supposed to. Just let it go. Allow it to happen and let it go. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sensually, socially, intellectually, financially, basically in every possible way, because your body is doing absolutely so much. Just think about the fact that you do not have to consciously think about breathing, digesting, filtering. All of this is subconscious and you don't have to think about it. Our thoughts would be consumed with pump, 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 breathe, breathe, breathe over and over. It's the only thing that we would be able to comprehend. The fact that our body is doing this without our conscious control is amazing. Our body is trying to do everything it can to keep us alive, to heal. Our body is self-healing. Help it out. Do movement to stretch and release, pain relief. Get a massage. Do self-massage yourself if you don't want to do professional massages. Or take care of your skin and wash your hair. Eat healthy, meal prep, nurture, and take care of yourself. Lastly, we have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Fear is essentially there to help keep you safe and comfortable. But when you acknowledge it and you see where it's coming from, you come into the truth of, does this actually need to be here? Do I really need to let this stop me? You are so much stronger than your fear, and fear truly is just trying to help you and to keep you safe, but it's just an emotion. And unless it's a valid concern, I'm not trying to dismiss your emotions or anything like that, but unless it's a full on, like, you know something bad will happen, then don't let the fear stop you. That's gonna end this reading. If you're ending it here, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification and let me know how this resonated. Have a great day. Welcome to the waxing moon phase messages. The waxing moon is where the energy is starting to build and things are manifesting. This is a great time to try new projects, new jobs, new relationships, new hobbies. Basically, this is the energy of new. It's a fresh start. It's basically spring, and it's where things are truly growing and building. So if you wanted to try something new, now is definitely the time to do it. Intuitively, the carnelian crystal is the one for the waxing moon phase. Carnelian is all about cleansing in general, but it's also linked to the sacral chakra, which is all about our emotions, our pleasure, our desire, as well as our creativity and our femininity. This is the time to tap into our creativity and to allow it to flourish. We're taking it one thing at a time. Don't bite off more than you can chew. We have the Temperance card. She's giving very wise, wild crone. She knows what she wants and she's nurturing. She has a lot of flowers, really diving into holistic healing and ways to do things naturally, growing fruits and vegetables if you feel called to it. We also have two birds, but they're facing away from each other, coming to terms with balancing different sides of yourself, maybe just different versions of yourself, the past versus the present, or the past and the future. Actually, with these, I'm getting past, present, future. You have these two things almost dangling over you, and neither of them are actually there. So really grounding yourself in the present moment, because the present is all we actually have, but also just duality in general, not being too far in the past, nurturing your body, being peaceful, calm, grounded, and focused on the present. The Hanged Man, I feel like these two go hand in hand. The Hanged Man is all about patience, taking time to reflect and to grow, and you can't grow if you're constantly moving. I'm getting a lot of meditation with this card, really grounding yourself, quieting the mind, journaling, and being present. Set the intentions to be present. We also have in the Hanged Man he is one, surrounded by water, and he seems like he's very calm with it. I'm getting these are your emotions. There's so much depth to it, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming and chaotic, but really working with your emotions instead of against them, instead of resisting, allowing it to flow through you. Our bodies are mainly made of water, apart from like the obvious bones and muscles, but we're like 75% water, and we have a flow and a natural current of our life that we need to just go with instead of resisting. And there's a nest. Okay, it's not actually cracked. It looked like it, but I'm getting two things. Actually, three. One, birds and nesting. You're birthing something new and you're waiting for it to hatch. So you're just taking this patience and this time to continue to nurture it. The second is if that person was not in stillness, that bird's nest would just fall over and it would cease to exist. So actually taking the time to nurture this creative project and yourself as well. The third is it looked like it was cracked a little bit, so maybe not putting all of your eggs in one basket, or vice versa, putting all of your focus on one thing so it can grow the most instead of spreading yourself out too thin and focusing on so many different things. Whichever feels like it resonates for you. I'm getting the two different messages, not all in one basket so it doesn't basically crash and burn, or actually putting it all in one basket so you're not overwhelming yourself. Especially with taking this one step at a time. With the dark/new moon, that was everything all at once. I saw everything, but with the waxing moon, it's taking everything one step at a time. Understanding that there's no rush. You really do not need to rush into life, and it's okay to stop and smell the flowers and appreciate where you are and where you've been and how far you've come. And that's perfect. With the Five of Cups, this card is always about stressing over what's already lost, and actually usually there's two cups standing up, but all of them are lost. Understanding that if it didn't work out, it wasn't meant to. There's so much better for you. And you may have actually asked the universe for better. So they were like, okay, bet, like, and just knocked it all over. And now you're so focused on what you've lost, you don't realize how much you've grown. Without water, there's no way these beautiful flowers can grow. Understanding what you've lost and seeing what you gained. I feel like you might have lost a lot of people and situations and relationships. But in this losing of those people, you gained yourself. You're coming back to your home and yourself. That's very beautiful. We have the Page of Wands. The Page is someone who's very innocent and also can be a bit naive, but just someone who is in the beginning of their journey. They have a lot ahead of them and they can be very inexperienced. I feel like you might be embodying this energy of a starter, fresh new beginning, especially with this waxing moon phase where everything is new and just starting. There's also this hare/rabbit, and I'm getting two things. The first is going down the rabbit hole, deep diving into research and figuring out how you can make whatever you are doing work. The second is not rushing, not getting ahead of yourself, really allowing yourself to appreciate what you're focusing on and what you're growing. Also, look at that focus. I mean, that hare/rabbit is right behind them and they don't even notice. They are tunnel vision on this project, and I feel like that's actually what you should be doing. But don't get so caught up in the tunnel vision that you completely neglect everything and everyone around you. Believe in miracles. Use your affirmations and your words consciously and carefully. What do you want to bring into this life? Because what you are putting out of yourself, you are growing. Don't listen to things or do things or say things that you don't actually align with and you don't want to bring into your life. Lastly, for the tarot messages, we have the Knight of Swords. I noticed chains on both of them. So one, expressing yourself through jewelry and just in general, but two, also releasing yourself from these chains that are keeping you stuck and grounded of fear, anxiousness, and attachments, but mainly fear. Letting go of the fear. It also reminds me of the devil, where the chains are holding them bound, but they're loose, and they actually have the power to get out out of it, understanding you have so much more power than you realize. With the Knight of Swords, they're riding on a bird, and birds are really about freedom and letting go, but swords is all about thoughts and words, air, and the physical, allowing yourself to get in touch with the air element so it can teach you how to go with the wind and fly with the wind. And it's also teaching you about freedom, releasing, and detachment. We have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Creating without an attachment and creating without an end goal is truly what you should be doing. Now, it's good to have goals of, oh, I want this finished by September, or I want this to be the solution or the final product of what I'm working on. That's completely fine. It's doing something creative with an outcome of finances, because when you think about money only, then you're not actually in it. That's the only thing you're looking for, and it's not enjoyable. Do something just because you enjoy doing it. Next, we have envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. It's okay to feel jealous because that's what you want, but don't put that onto other people. Accept that that's how you feel, and that's because you want what they have, and it's showing that you can have what they have, but letting it go, not holding on to it and not projecting it. Pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone, understanding that we all have a soul. I actually read a book called Zen and the Art of Dealing with Difficult People. It's a Buddha thing, but in the book it stated frequently how we all have a Buddha nature inside of us, which is basically the universal consciousness. Understanding that we all have a consciousness and we're also all connected. Maybe giving some compassion and love to people even during the most difficult times. But that's not saying to accept abuse and disrespect, but offering compassion, even if that's across the world. Like, you do not have to be in that environment to give them forgiveness and compassion, but also forgive them for yourself so you're not carrying around this hatred and this poison. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. No decision is a decision, and any opportunity that you don't accept, it's just gonna pass you by. If you have a bunch of different options in front of you, like the Seven of Cups, and you don't know where to go, just do what feels right. Pick something and go with it. Don't get so in your head that you don't do anything and then it debilitates you. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot control. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Anything outside of ourselves, we physically cannot change and control. We can try, but we're gonna fail. You can't control other people. You can't control the environment. You can control your personal space and how you organize it, but the only thing you can do is just accept it and move on, because really it's just gonna be very disappointing if you do try to control it, and it's going to exert so much energy that you really don't need to. That's gonna end this waxing moon phase reading. If you're ending it here, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification and let me know how it resonated. I will see you next time, and have an amazing day. Welcome to this full moon messages reading. The full moon is basically like a cup when it's filled to the rim. It can be a very chaotic time and energy where everything is just heightened, and it can be overall very overwhelming and overstimulating. But the full moon is where you look at everything that you have. Your clarity and intuition can be very sharp at this time, and your dreams can be very vivid. But this is the transitional time period where you can charge all of your crystals and start making a plan on what you don't need and what you're going to release for the next moon phase and for the next new moon that is going to happen. But it's taking a look at the overflowing and filled cup and clearing out, taking what you don't need anymore. The intuitive crystal, caught it, is the amethyst raw crystal. The amethyst is a great crystal for calm, peace, and stress relief, with the energy being a bit overwhelming sometimes, amethyst is a great crystal to really ground you, keep you calm and present. We have death. And it's kind of strange how the dark/new moon was all the cards out, the waxing moon was one at a time, and now the full moon is all at once as well. Kind of just having all the cards in front of you, both actually and metaphorically, getting a bird's eye view and seeing everything for as it is and not for as you would like it to be, seeing the truth and getting away from denial. Absolutely love how that's in this reading. And death, oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, so with this double death card, you're going through a transitional time period. There may be a lot of endings coming in, whether it's already happening or you're just in this deep transitional internal and external time period where a lot of things are coming to the surface, possibly from the past. There may be people from the past as well coming into your life. This is the time to close the door and to really get a sense of clarity. Honestly, this energy in general is walking away, letting go. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, Eight of Cups, and Ten of Wands. The Eight of Cups and the Ten of Wands really emphasize that you have been working on something and it's not suiting you, so you're just gonna put it all down. You may have bit off more than you can chew with all of these creative projects and responsibilities that just are not yours to bear. So instead of continuing to hold that burden and those responsibilities that are not yours to carry, it's time to put it down, to walk away, and to start fresh and new. This is gonna bring in the sun, the warmth, and it's gonna bring you back to yourself. Also with the King of Pentacles, trying not to force something that isn't there, but also being very stable, grounded, and whole and complete within yourself. With the denial coming up, it says, I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, not feeding into delusions of what you want to happen, and really taking off the rose-colored glasses and seeing for life and situations as they are instead of as you would like them to be. Like I said in the waxing phase, you cannot control anything outside of yourself, no matter how hard you try. So stop getting in the denial and get out of the denial of the truth versus what you want it to be. And it's okay to have hope, but don't ignore what it actually is. We also have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. We have the ability to be positive and to be negative. Stop focusing on the negative. What you focus on is what you're gonna get. Try to find the positive in every single situation, whether it's traffic, it's a breakup, it's a horrible accident. No matter what it is, try to find the lessons and the gratitude in that situation, no matter how hard it may be. It will also bring you more resolve and determination and resilience within yourself if you have that ability to focus and consciously change what you are thinking about and how you spend your energy. We have friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Even if it's just them passing and it's a simple conversation, it was meant to happen. Be grounded and be present and appreciate the lifespan of that conversation, that connection, and that relationship, and also understand what the lessons that you are gaining from that person and that connection. Lastly, we have peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. There's really not much more to say to that card except for peace is the highest level of heaven, and as well as love and gratitude, you have the control and the capacity to be in that energy. So why would you not want to be? Let go of things that you can't control. Anything outside of yourself you can't control. You can control your actions, you can control what comes out of your mouth, you can control what you wear, what you believe, and what you focus on. Sure, there's gonna be thoughts that come up, but you don't have to focus on them. Acknowledge them or just pretend that they're there and let them go. Like breeze and clouds and the wind, just let it all go. That's gonna end this full moon reading. If you're ending and parting ways here, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification and let me know how this resonated. I will see you next time. Have an amazing day. Welcome to this waning moon phase reading. The waning moon is all about releasing. We just went through a brand new moon phase and now it's time to face some hard truths and let go of what is no longer serving us so we can make room for something better. The intuitive crystal is this raw black tourmaline. I absolutely love this crystal so much. It just feels so good in my hand. But this crystal is amazing for grounding grounding. It also brings in some masculine energy, which is typically the doing energy. However, it's also amazing for releasing and letting go, which is really what this energy is about. If you try to manifest something new in this phase, it is not going to work out the way that you were interested in, if at all. The dark moon, as well as the full moon, and now the waning, is everything all at once, whereas the waxing was one at a time. With all of the 3 phases that had all the cards out, this is really about seeing it from a bird's eye view and having everything on the table, both physically and metaphorically, and really seeing everything for as it is, instead of being so focused on the small details that you can't even see clearly. We have the 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, 2 of Swords, worry, change, gratitude, balance, and perseverance. With the 10 of Pentacles, right now you're really working on financial freedom, but not just for your finances, but also just for your life in general. Usually there's a castle in the distance, but it looks like they're either locked in or they're locked out. Maybe getting out of your head and not being so focused on what you can't control. It looks like they're dancing and having a really great time. So no matter where you are in your life, just embrace it and have fun and have gratitude. Then with the 6 of Swords, this is really all about taking what you have and going to calmer waters, understanding that no matter how chaotic something may be, it will get better. You have so much that you have learned and grown from, and you really do have a lot more than you realize. With the 4 of Pentacles, this is honestly being too materialistic, holding on so tightly that nothing can get in. Money is meant to be spent, but not impulsively and irresponsibly. It's okay to go out and have some fun and spend $30 to $40 sometimes, but don't be so focused on the material that you completely neglect having fun or yourself or creative pursuits. So maybe reevaluating your relationship with finances and with money will help right now, as well as not multitasking too much. It looks like she's doing 3 different things all at once. So focusing and narrowing down what you are gonna focus on, as well as deepening your connection with your consciousness and with the divine, trusting in the universe, asking for help. They're not gonna step in if you don't ask, unless it's like an accident where like you almost die, then they're gonna step in to protect you and keep you safe. But if you want to do this all on yourself, they're not gonna be like, okay, well, let me just enable them and help them. Ask for help. It may be really difficult for you, but ask. The universe is there waiting for you to ask so they can lend you their help. This is mainly spirit guides that are on your team, looking out for you and helping you in multiple different aspects. Ask for help. The 2 of Swords, 1, boundaries, speaking up for yourself, saying hard truths, and acknowledging hard truths as well. A lot of people are more comfortable with safe lies than uncomfortable truths. Taking off the blindfold of what you're ignoring and seeing it for as it is. I really don't think it's as bad as you think it is, but it's not to diminish or dismiss what you're going through or how you're feeling. That is not what this channel is about. It's all about validating and confirming and building up. But sometimes you really just have to face difficult truths and take off the blindfold, not being delusional. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Again, what are you focusing on? If you're focusing on fear, lack, and exhaustion, that's what you're gonna keep manifesting. Focus on what you do have, on what you're grateful for, and all of the abundance that you actually have, especially when it comes from within. If you are healthy, you can walk, you can breathe, you can smell, you can hear, you can taste, you can see. That is honestly as rich as it really gets. We also have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. The only consistency is change. The sooner you can come into terms and acceptance of the change, you can, but also using your words more kindly and gently and understanding that words are swords and you can either slice someone open or you can heal them. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Using your intuition, this reminds me of an eye, but seeing the truth of everything, listening to your body and trusting yourself. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and I do so without judgment. And perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Really getting out of the box that you have put yourself in, getting in alignment with yourself, listening to yourself, and trusting the universe. And also just releasing, letting go, and detaching from things that are not meant for you. That's gonna end this reading. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely stop by all the other readings if you feel called to it. If not, no worries. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I post. And let me know how this resonated. I will see you next time and have an amazing day.